What's up, everybody? Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We're starting things off today with the Beowulf 0x1. Now, the description classifies it as an experimental fighter slash launch shuttle, I believe, something to that effect. But that's about it. It doesn't really explain anything else about it at the moment. So, no one can blame me for screwing things up for not knowing what it is. What things are, or how they work. So anyways, but it was a really cool idea. I like the design. It's got a very realistic kind of like jet look to it, but I just found it a very interesting design from inside and out. Some of the interior shots looked pretty cool as well. You can see it does have a couple of weapons on it. We've got turrets on the top and a few fixed weapons on the bottom. Oh, there's also a turret on the bottom. Okay, that's cool. So it is... I could live up to its name of being a fighter, so keep that in mind. But particularly what I found interesting with this one was essentially what I was trying to do with my own. What am I stuck on? That was weird. Huh, okay. Apparently you get stuck on the ground now. Kind of what I was trying to do with my own, where it seemed like it was kind of a multi-purpose ship. I'm kind of curious how this is laid out, to be honest. Boarding ramp, because there's a ramp here, but then there's a door back here with collectors. I think those are collectors. Anyway. There's a connector. It looks like a collector. Collector. Yeah, collector. Okay. So it's got collectors back here, but then there's an airlock door. Now, it could be as simple as the airlock is used when you're in space and the ramp is used when you're on an atmospheric situation. But I thought it was pretty cool because it's kind of set up like I was trying to do with mine, where it seems kind of like an all-in-one. I'm assuming these are batteries. Small ship assembler. Oh! Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. VCZ. I don't think I've seen that mod before. Small ship assembler, huh? And I'm guessing these are all conveyors tied into each other. But you've got these cargo containers for storage, the assembler there, some decorative storage, I think. Or do these actually have storage now? No, I think those are just decorative. Jump drives. Lockers, which again I don't think can actually store. Oops. I could be wrong though. Well, no, there's lockers. Okay, so it has storage space. And let's check this one. Okay, so the boxes can use... Okay, so they are useful. Here's a suit charger. It's the Half-Life 2 mod. And then there's this guy, which I'm trying to figure out if how this would be used for respawning, mainly because for those of you that have seen my Let's Play / Let's Build kind of thing, I have yet to kind of deal with the whole respawn issue, so I was curious if this was just a suit rack that could respawn or if it's just decorative. But so anyways, it's kind of got the commodities that you would need, which I really wanted to do with mine, so it kind of caught my attention. And I like this kind of stuff too. This is pretty cool. How there's like a walkway with glass and you can see the ramp. I thought that was a nice little touch. So that was pretty cool. But I like these small ship Corvette type things. They're fun to look through, because sometimes the big capital ships can just be too big. Like they're massive and tie up your frame rate and stuff, and it's like for a player in reality you probably don't need all that, so I like these little smaller builds sometimes. But the interesting thing to this one was it looks small on the outside. It's kind of like a fighter type look / build, but then on the inside it actually has a fairly roomy interior, which I thought was a pretty interesting situation and dynamic. Oh, and there's batteries up there as well. Now, there's a couple things that I don't see, like refineries and things like that, that I tried to do in mine, but I don't know. Again, the description's kind of light, so it doesn't really explain exactly what all it's supposed to be used for. Maybe it's supposed to be used in conjunction with a some kind of mining system or on a bigger ship or something to that effect. Okay, so in terms of lift, first let's unlock. Now that's interesting. I didn't do anything, I just unlocked it and it kind of is flying up. That's interesting. And if I get it to go lower, it still ends up defaulting to going up. I've seen this a lot lately. I don't know if this is a bug or if it's just in how things are being built at the moment. But I've seen this a lot where on planets, things just do stuff like speed and things. It's like you can't bottom them out to 0 and stuff. They just always default to 1 speed type of thing. But on planet, though, this speeds up pretty quick. Now, the gyroscope movement is a little sluggish, but the speed and acceleration is really nice. I mean, this thing gets up to max speed, even with the planet gravity and stuff, really quickly. And it decelerates really fast. Wow. So the acceleration and deceleration, I'm very impressed with. That's crazy. Like I said, though, for a fighter-type ship, the gyroscopes, I think, need to be a little more responsive. It's a little sluggish on the turning type of thing. There's a lot of mouse swipes that are required. Still, though, it's a pretty cool ship if you're looking for a smaller one-man wrecking crew type ship sort of thing. So I think that's going to wrap this one up. And I like the cockpit thing. That's really cool looking too. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next up we have the Estellar EG. Now this is primarily designed to be a deep space research and exploration ship, so it is not designed with a lot of weaponry and things like that. It does have some turrets and stuff for basic defense, but it's not really designed to go toe-to-toe with some big warship or something to that effect. So with that in mind, you're probably not going to see a ton of weapons or anything like that. You will notice these few turrets here and there for basic defense, but it's primarily designed for exploration and long trips into space. So it has a lot of solar panels over here that we can see. I think these are movable, but I'm not sure. Are they on hinges? No? Maybe not. Oh, they're on a rotor. There it is. So you've got different solar panels. They've got solar farms, or oxygen farms, I forget what they're actually called, stuff like that, so that you can go out into space and stay there for a while. It's also got, I believe the description mentioned it having over 100 batteries. So its primary design is off of, like, sustainability type of thing, which is really cool. But particularly what caught my eye was just the exterior design at first. Particularly these big thrusters on the back here kind of was just a little different and unique, so I thought it was pretty cool. And again, this is a vanilla build, so it has some intricate detail for not having mods and things, which I was fairly impressed with. It does have 2 hangars. I don't think it comes with any kind of ships in them, and I'm going to cheat a little bit and use this as an entrance because I don't know where the actual entrance is. But this stuff's kind of cool too, where you can walk out onto the ship. That's exposed. Or wait, no, that's glass. So maybe not. It still looks exposed to me. Okay, so we've got our airlock here. This is primarily, I'm assuming, designed to go work on these reactors and stuff. I don't think this is the front entrance. Like I said, I'm just kind of cheating a little bit and using it as such, so I don't have to go anywhere or fight my way trying to find one. I think that goes out to another of the same, and I don't know why this back door is locked, but okay. And in the description it did mention that you'd have to use these passageways, primarily because Space Engineers doesn't have ladders in the vanilla, and they were going for a vanilla build. So I'm assuming if they were, those are supposed to be ladders. But, you know, we have a rear view window here, I suppose. And this goes out to space. What's it leading to? Okay, so here's some of the batteries that we mentioned before with a couple of the thrusters, timer blocks, cargo access point, and you're above the reactor. Okay. And that's definitely not vacuum sealed. I honestly don't know how this area is. That's one thing I want to check out. Now this comes up with the controls for the ship, but I don't think this is supposed to be the primary cockpit. We have ramp rotors, solar rotors, jump drive, airtight drone bay doors, so we'll have to check and see if it actually comes with the drone. Landing gears, rockets, spotlights, turrets, hydrogen thrusters, reactors, sound block for the drone bay, batteries, hangar, conveyor, hangar connector, conveyor connector. Okay, that was confusing me a little bit. I'll have to see what this conveyor connector is. That's interesting. Air vent for the drone bay, SOS and antenna, camera. Okay, so we could check it real quick. Camera hangar, hangar 2. There's 2 hangars here. Gravity generator and jump drive 2. Okay, so let's see what this is. This is the drone bay. So it does look like there's a drone in there. We'll have to investigate that. Whoops. I'm really just trying to switch my... Okay, stop it. Stop it. I'm trying to switch my hotbar, and it keeps firing missiles instead. Okay, there's hangar 1, and there's hangar 2. So apparently the hangars are actually separate from, whatchamacallit, the drones. I was thinking the drones would occupy one of the bays, but I suppose that is not the case. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was talking about before. I don't know how... I guess... That seems kind of gamey to me. Like, because the game thinks it's air sealed, then it is. But in reality, that wouldn't work, I don't think. So that's what was confusing me a little bit. So we have... Okay, here's the drone. Right here. I didn't touch anything, I promise. It's probably on a sensor. So, again, it has a couple of guns. I don't see any drills or anything on it, so I'm assuming... Gosh, that's annoying. Stop it. I'm assuming that that's primarily a defensive drone that I really wished would shut up. Okay. Airtight hangar door. Drone bay lights. Interior turrets. And connection. I'm assuming the connection ports was holding it there. So we're just going to go up and over so we don't trip that alarm again. That's kind of a really annoying sound effect. Okay, so now we're actually to the hangar, which I guess is for either if you wanted to add ships or dock with another ship, maybe? Because it says welcome aboard, so maybe it's if you wanted to have a fighter join you or something. Or a transport shuttle, something to that effect. I guess this is a bunk for the med bay. Okay, so now we're actually out in the hangar, which has ramp rotors and hangar connectors. So there's the ramp, and there's the connectors. So... this would be hangar 1. Okay, and this actually leads outside. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, here we go. So that's what that's for. So if you actually don't want to go through the ramp and you're trying to move through the rest of the ship, you go up here to the catwalks, which leads to a sealed tunnel. Okay. That's a cool effect. I like that. That would be terrifying, though, when you don't have a ship there or something, because you're just walking out over space and... Okay. And you better hope that glass holds, because, you know... it looks like we've got similar controls here as well. Rotors... turrets... Okay, there's not as many, but it does seem like there are fairly comparable. Landing gears, ramp rotor, so that's going to be what lowers the front ramp. I don't know where the second hangar is, though, unless the hangar 2 is referring to the drone, or if hangar 2 is just a left and right. I'm not sure where that would be, because I've only found the one, and then the drone bay has the 2 hangar doors on the right and left side. So I'm not really sure about that one. And then there's your solar ramps to extend them. Or rather, fold them up. And it has a little catwalk thing, which is kind of a cool touch. I like that. Okay. And it will also work, according to the description, on any planet-type atmosphere with any of the 3 thrusters, if I read that correctly. It actually moves really nice. It's got a good turning radius, and the acceleration is pretty great. Now, it is using 2 of those big hydrogen thrusters, but still. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So let's move on to the last one. Okay, and last up we have the DS9 USS Amazon. Now, there's a lot more to that name, but I could not remember all of it. So I decided to leave it out. This is a little bit of an interesting build, though, because typically you see shuttles, because that actually is what it's supposed to be, is the Deep Space Nine shuttle, but you normally see them in, like, an attempt to make them kind of smaller, and this is actually probably the more realistic kind of build to it, that it actually has an interior and all that good stuff. There was a projection out front here that went from that nacelle over to the front, but I really had no idea what it was, and it was causing some frame rate issues, so I opted to remove it. But overall, I really like the exterior design, and it should be noted it is a vanilla build, so for them to get this close to what it looks like on the show is pretty impressive to me, that they were actually able to get it to look really, really similar without any kind of extra modded armor panels or ramps or anything like that. I thought that was really interesting. So you got a boarding ramp here, which is very handy and dandy. It looks all nice. It's got little steps. Nice touch. Let's see, there's the door, or the button for that to close it. So, like I said, being that it's not a typical, let's make a one cockpit fighter type of thing. Oh, there's the projector. Though I'm not sure what it's projecting. I guess it's in the floor somewhere. So yeah, instead of doing something like that, they actually did more of a what it would probably look like kind of deal. Complete with, looks like some kind of LCD script, but I'm not sure if that's just texture images or what. It doesn't have selected textures, loaded textures. No, I don't think so. I think that's a script that's running. I don't know. That'd be interesting to find out, though, because that's pretty cool. That would be pretty interesting to find out what that is, or if it was custom designed. Because that's kind of interesting, but I can't help but notice that it is shaped like the ship itself, so I don't know if that's just done by Pixel, or if it's just they actually made it a custom design. So the doors are on an automated system, which is cool. Oh, there's the sound. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Oh, it's supposed to be the teleporter. Okay. I was like, is this a loading ramp or what's going on? And then back here, we've got gravity. And 2 side doors, which we'll have to investigate. What's over here? Okay, so that's a window. Now, it is important to note that we have no oxygen in here, so it does not appear to be a sealed ship. So if you wanted to actually have it sealed, you would probably have to do some extra work to add glass or something to that effect. It can transfer between atmospheres and planets and lift off of a planet and fly out and stuff like that. So that's important to note. I'm not really sure what that room is supposed to be because I've never really poked too much around with the interior of a Star Trek shuttle. Very nice beds here. That's pretty great. So you have your bunks. It is set up for 4 people. 2 to be running it and 2 for optional. And then back here's your living quarters type of area. So overall, I think that's pretty cool. It was noted in the description that it was intentionally left modless for basically the reasons of trying to figure out what mods needed to be used and things was just kind of annoying. And so that others could actually go in and add the ones that they wanted, and you wouldn't have to worry about is it compatible with my ship kind of thing, or with my world that has X amount of mods and things like that. You could just throw it in and it would work. So that's pretty cool. Now, one interesting fact here, though, that I'm noticing, unless I'm not finding the actual flight seat, which is highly likely because these are all passenger seats. So I don't think this one back here would be the main. My curiosity is the description described weaponry, but when I pulled up the tab, it doesn't even seem to list weapons available. So that makes me wonder if I'm finding the correct seat or not. Or if it's something that needs to be engaged through another system. We have pistons. What do we have pistons for, actually? Weapons. There's weapons. So shoot once. So there are weapons on board the ship. That's odd. Oh yeah, there they are. They're up over the top. There's like 3x3, looks like missile launchers. I wonder why I can't access those. That's curious. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm also unable to fly it. I must be missing something. There's got to be something that I'm not seeing then. Because that doesn't seem right. We have cargo and stuff. I don't know, you wouldn't fly it from back here. That's curious. Very strange. I am going to go with the idea that it's probably because all of these are passenger seats. That's what I'm going to go with. Though, if I turn that on, what does that do? See, this was the thing that was out here before, but I don't think... Oh, you know what? The offset's wrong, because the projection is supposed to be glass. Okay. Okay. So you would have to move the... I think you'd have to move the offset for the projector for that to work correctly. But that still doesn't answer the whole weapon thing. So tell you what, I'm going to throw down a flight seat. Maybe? Maybe not? Why not? I thought I was going to. Oh, that's not available? Hold on. You're gonna be able to have a flight seat. That's not right. I'm confused. I don't know what that's about. That's weird. It's never done that kind of stuff to me before. Well, anyways... Hold on. Control station's not available for small ships, but that doesn't make any sense, because you have to be able to fly the ship. I'm not sure what is going on here. And you don't need these mods. This was a previous world save file that I actually just had mods logged in to, so there's that. I'm gonna go with, because they've added it clustered together, like the plus symbol that shows there's more than one, but it's not letting me cycle through them. That's probably the issue that we're dealing with there. But anyways, it doesn't seem like I'm able to fly it right now. So, because of that, I think we're just going to have to wrap things up here for today. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.